Happy New or Newish 2016. Yes, it's still January, so I can still say Happy New Year. All the best of 2015 lists have already been done, and your TBRs are probably maxed out. But why not toss out those lists and let me make a case for just my top read of the year? That's right, I've picked my single favorite book of 2015. And it's kind of like picking your favorite child or your favorite song. It's kind of impossible to do, but we are going to attempt the impossible. My favorite book from 2015 was actually published in the same year, and it's a science fiction book. And I'll be doing another video on my favorite fantasy book because we have to do sci-fi and fantasy. That's how we roll. But this book starts off in epic fashion. The moon blew up without warning and for no apparent reason. Pretty epic stuff. This is the opening sentence of Seven Eves by Neil Stevenson. Sorry, Mr. Stevenson. And it sets up the end of the world. The sky is falling, and it doesn't take Chicken Little to convince us. The remnants of the moon will in 2 years' time rain down on Earth and destroy all life. So in the face of this extinction-level event, do we have what it takes to save the species? With current 21st century technology, we're about to find out. The fate of civilization rests on one international space station and a quickly built fleet of rocket soda cans. That's right, desperate times call for desperate measures. Few books that are this sweeping and ambitious fully realize their vision, but Stevenson exceeds expectations set for his tale, and then some. I love the contemporary tone of the book, and I care deeply about the people who become our last, best, and only hope in a desperate bid to save at least a small part of humanity. Stevenson addresses how to keep a planet calm when the end is near. Best party of the century, and everybody's invited. And he immerses us in the technical challenges of spaceflight. Orbital mechanics are really geeky cool, I'll tell you that. And he creates major conflict as well as haunting scenes of daring and loss. My favorite part is with the comet, wrestling Greg's skeleton. You just gotta be there. You gotta read it. Every part of the story rises to the occasion, from the intimate and personal to the large geopolitical struggle to actually get the survivors off of Earth, to the daunting reality of what life is like in the cold, bleak wasteland of outer space. The bravery and cowardice that represents the best and worst of human nature is part of what defines this book. I had no idea where Stevenson would take this story, but when the planet dies and the characters are entombed in space, things get very, very interesting. The genius of this book extends to the gamble that Stevenson makes by essentially separating it into two completely different parts. This is back of the book detail, not a spoiler, so it's safe to say that we win. Yes, humanity survives. And the future is a wondrous place. It's amazing what they have done in the millennia of struggle that it took to rebuild the human race, basically. I'm not going to say anything else. You have to read it to believe it. It's completely original. It's completely mesmerizing. The architecture, the people, the cultures, the insanely creative ways they survived in outer space. This experience was much larger than me. It's a telling of the future history of mankind. I was just an observer on how we almost bit the dust, but how we captured our destiny in the stars and survived. It's a 5 out of 5 star for me, obviously, and it's a top 10 sci-fi list. So go check out the spoilers and all the juicy good details about what made this book absolutely incredible after you read it on my written review on Goodreads. And check us out on rainofbooks.com. That's rain of books as in the rule of books, not the weather. I'm Josh. Thanks for watching. We'll check you next time.